Hey, what happened? Did you get a shot?
No, all I got was a cup of coffee.
My name is Andrea. I am 11 years old. I got started doing sun gazing. My stepdad saw something on the internet, and so I tried it too. I haven't told any of my friends about sun gazing because if you think, oh, well, it's going to hurt my eyes, then it might, but I believe it, and it doesn't bother me. Since I've been sun gazing, I haven't been as hungry. I told my aunt, and she's like, well, I hope that you're still going to eat, but I don't know. I'm not that hungry lately, so I'm probably not going to eat.
My interest has been for many years longevity, why people die. That was basically the quest I was born with. And I was also born with another strange thing compared to normal people. I didn't like to eat. I absolutely didn't like to eat. I didn't understand why people ate. I don't know where it came from, but it was the way it was. As you become more healthy, more energy flows through the system, then you become more sensitive. So at my stage of the game, I've been doing this for years, I got to the point where my energy was so high, one, I can't live with anybody. As you can see, my nearest neighbor is several miles away. Now, I'm not here because I like to be alone. It's just that I can't live with anybody. I'm 67 years old, and I've been gazing in the sun for a long time. I own recording studios, and I recorded people like Led Zeppelin, Iron Butterfly, and Jimi Hendrix are some of my clients. Around the time I was working with Jimi Hendrix in New York is really the time I got really inspired, because when he passed away, as many of my clients did, I just became obsessed with the idea of finding out why we die. And so as I looked around, I noticed most of the people that actually had any knowledge about this type of thing always fasted. So I decided to try fasting to see what would happen. And sure enough, the first fast I did, which was about 10 days, I ended up having 10 times more energy. I happened to be living at the time on Muscle Beach in California, where the bodybuilders work out. And I decided one day to go out and see if I could lift any weight. So I went out to the weightlifting pin and I started putting on the weights. And the first time I was out, I noticed as I put the plates on, the weights got lighter. So the very first time I walked into the weightlifting pen, I ended up with 800 pounds on the bar. At the time we had Arnold Schwarzenegger, Mr. T, a lot of the other professional bodybuilders, and to them I was sort of like a joke because I'm a little skinny guy lifting all that weight. But when I started lifting 1,100 pounds of weight, I started to get a little attention. Before I fasted, I couldn't lift probably 50 pounds. I never even tried to. So then I had a whole new direction to look in, because now I needed to find out why it is I eat less, and suddenly, without any other disciplines, I'm 10 times stronger. We eat because we don't have enough energy. But what happens when you're in the sun, which is a natural energy for all living things, right? When you have enough sun, then the energy in the body rises to the point where you don't have an appetite, so there's no need to eat. That doesn't mean I have not been eating for 30 years. My purpose for eating is to lower my frequencies, not to increase it. It's almost like, for me, it's necessary to not be too healthy, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to go out and be anywhere. I might want to pull it a little more, maybe. We want to use the smaller 45.
Well, we're going to put a whole bunch on there.
You put more weight. But you want to put, well, I don't know, about 1,000. No. You kidding?
Well, we'll see what we can do.
Let's see what we can do. If I can lift the bar, I'll be happy. And I did lift the bar.
How many hours do you sleep a week?
Well, I normally sleep 1 to 7 hours a week. I mean, some nights I sleep 1 hour, some nights I sleep a little more.
What do you do with all that time?
Well, that's the thing. Just, I hate to admit it, but I get a little bored once in a while. I know you're not supposed to if you're spiritually enhanced. Fasting is basically a belief system. I mean, whether one eats or not is a belief system without a doubt. I discovered that is the belief system that controls our lives. For example, ask anybody, what do you think would happen if you don't have any food? Right off the bat they say, I will die. But I never warm up, I never exercise, so I should just warm up a tiny bit. Just, oh man.
Want to go walk on the treadmill a little bit?
I lifted 500 pounds of weight to demonstrate that the lifting of the weight basically has to do with the amount of energy that flows through the system. At my age, even I can still lift, you know, at least 500 or 600 pounds. So that was the demonstration. And I also learned that I probably should exercise a little more.
The goal with the eating or non-eating concept of sun gazing over the last couple of weeks have been definitely riding me. It takes me even to a place of, you know, how much lonelier do I want to be? Wiley Brooks' whole take that food is kryptonite, I totally see where he's coming from, that it's poisoning us at some level. I really believe that the emptier you are, the more light you can take in. How do you feel? How do I feel? Pretty, I have a unique sensation in the back of my head. A little something new today. Yeah? Yeah, it's something's getting energized back there, for sure.
My first introduction to sun gazing came through a well-known sun gazer. I saw an ad at least 10 years ago. I know spending time with the sun gazer teacher and also other people who did sun gazing gave me that illusion of safety and ultimately caused me to probably have the greatest tragedy of my life. My vision was extremely distorted. There was an accordion effect. It was like the visual field was compressed in some places and expanded in other places. There was a disassociation between the brain and the visual perception. What I saw I couldn't understand. And I asked myself, well, why did I get injured when other people benefit so greatly? And what is the truth about this whole subject? I contacted the sun gazing teacher after injuring my eyes. I got no support. I was out on my own.
You don't wear glasses?
No.
Contacts? Okay, just look out of your right eye.
HVTGAO. ZHB. Something CV. So last night I stared into the sun for half an hour.
Wow. And it doesn't hurt?
No.
No?
Felt pretty good. Do you recommend that?
I wouldn't do it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take your eye pressure now. So,
How do you do that?
I'm gonna use a toner pen, so I'm gonna numb your eye.
So you're putting some anesthetic into my eye?
Yeah.
That doesn't seem like it's very good for me.
Okay, can you lean back?
Does this go back?
No, just lean your head back.
This is the worst my eyes have felt since I started this thing.
Just look straight ahead, okay?
Yeah.
Can you look straight ahead?
You just touched my eye?
Yeah. Did you feel it?
No. Can you pour that stuff over your whole body? Dr. Gonzalez. How's it going? I've been staring at the sun since December, and it's been slow increments starting at 10 seconds a day, and then adding that every day to 10, 20, 30. So it's been about 10 months, and I'm up to almost 40 minutes.
And you have no visual complaints whatsoever? No.
Sharper, actually. Arguably, I'm seeing more colors, and my vision is arguably sharper than it has been before.
Okay. Can I ask the reason why you're doing this?
Yeah, why am I doing this? I'm still working on that.
Basically, people do start to experience damage after 90 seconds of looking at the sun, and there's a lot of different factors that go into how much damage occurs. It's variable in different people.
Blood pressure 112/72. Right on. It's now almost fully dilated. Now you're ready for the test.
When she puts the needle in,
Yeah.
while she's injecting, I'm going to be shooting rather rapidly. I need you to wait for the flash before you blink. We're ready to get ready to inject. Go. Perfect. Follow it. Steady. Okay, that's the angiogram.
But what would you conclude that by looking now you have the photos?
Well, it looks like a large diffuse burn in the macula.
Do you think that would have been there before?
No. That's definitely not a normal finding.
Look up and to the right. Basically, he has